Hey guys, and welcome. In this short video today, I want to show you how to make the big three milk drinks that you're going to find in most cafes. Firstly, we will be making the cappuccino. To get the perfect timing when making the three big milk drinks, we need to get the jug full of milk, and we need to get our portafilter at the same time. We grind the coffee and we tamp it. Then when we have both of these, we move on to extracting and steaming the milk at the same time. This is to ensure that you have the maximum amount of crema at the time that you pour your freshly steamed milk before this milk separates into two layers and the froth stays behind in the jug. So, get the cup you're going to be using and fill the jug with the right amount of cold milk. Now get the espresso shots done into your cup and start steaming like how I'm doing it in the example above. It will take approximately 30 seconds for the extraction to be finished and about 25 to 35 seconds for the milk to finish, depending on the power of the coffee machine that you're using. Here is what we're aiming for when we're making the three big drinks, the cappuccino, the latte and the flat white. The cappuccino has between 15 and 20 millimeters of froth. The latte we're trying to aim for 10 millimeters of froth, and the flat white we want under 5 millimeters. I typically aim for about 3 millimeters or so. As you're steaming the milk, keep an eye on the texture, keeping the milk rolling around and mixing constantly. We will be using the steam wand a few times in this video. Take note of my purging and wiping process to get rid of any milk inside the steam wand and to wipe the outer layer of the steam wand before the milk sticks and bakes to the metal surface. Don't touch this bare metal with your hands, as it is quite hot. When the shots have been finished, take care to remove the cup while not getting any espresso drops hitting the rim of the cup and causing an espresso drop to roll down the side of this cup. Give the jug a good swirl and swirl the cup a couple of times as well to help break the surface tension of the crema to prepare it for the milk. You will want to angle the cup towards the jug and angle the jug towards the cup to reduce the distance that the milk has to fall into this cup, which is going to prevent large bubbles and disturbances to the surface of the coffee as you're pouring it. Pour in a wide circle around the cup to saturate the crema as shown in the example, pausing briefly when we reach the halfway point of the cup. Notice how I push the new froth to the bottom of this cup when I pour. This makes space for the next islands of froth and acts to stretch out the pattern towards the bottom. Keep doing this while you still have space on top for the pattern and space in the cup itself for more milk. We like to finish our cappuccinos off with a sprinkle of dark chocolate powder. I purposely shake it on half the drink to still leave some latte art for the customer to see, but also if they don't like drinking the chocolate, they can choose to drink from the side with no chocolate. Repeat the above process for the latte. We want to make sure we have prepared the jug with milk and gotten the glass that we're going to use for the drink. Now get the extraction underway and start steaming the milk. I'm using the Swift automatic grinder in this video simply because my coffee shop is set up in this way. We are exceptionally high volume and have a high percentage of takeaway coffee orders throughout the day. We still use a manual grinder for decaf, but have made investments such as the Swift automatic grinder and the Uber Milk for quality of life to reduce the wear and tear on our bodies. Let me know if you prefer to see the manual grinder in action. The latte is going to require slightly less froth than the cappuccino. We achieve this by getting the amount of froth we need, then putting the steam wand deeper into the jug as we're steaming, which is going to prevent more air from going into the milk. If you ever get too much froth by the end of this steaming process, simply dump the first part of the pour out of your jug into the sink, and the resulting jug is going to have a more appropriate amount of froth for the latte. We're going to pour the latte in an identical way to the cappuccino, but we aren't going to put any more chocolate on top. Therefore, we need to take extra care to make sure the latte art we are making is going to be somewhat pleasing to the eye. The purpose of this video isn't to explain the different types of latte art, but to show you the big three types of milk drinks in the cafe. Let's move on to the final drink, which is the flat white. At this point, everything is going to be identical up until we start steaming the milk. This is a good opportunity to define each drink that we're making today. The cappuccino that we made first will typically have at least 10 millimeters of froth and potentially up to 20 millimeters of froth depending on your personal preference. I try to aim for 15 millimeters each time for the cappuccinos that I make. The latte will have at least 5 millimeters of froth, though this will be on the flat side, and normally a maximum of 10 millimeters would be what we're aiming for a latte. Having slightly more than 10 millimeters of froth won't be too detrimental. The flat white can have 0 millimeters of froth if customers specify this, but I'd put at least a few millimeters of froth on top of a flat white. It can have a maximum of, I'd say, up to 5 millimeters. I personally wouldn't do any more than this, instead aiming for around about 3 millimeters. Thanks for watching, guys. You know what to do if you liked this video. I'll see you in the next one.